Yo, 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 what's up, Spokane? 509 and the 208. We're back.
What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy Ayerion, tapping in, Gardena, California.
This is Shades On with Kid Curry. Thanks for coming to the studio, man.
Nice to
Been
see
a
you,
while
man.
since I've seen you.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
Really
dude, I
good to see you.
appreciate it. So, you've been doing a lot of new shit.
Yeah, man.
From a name change to, new sound. You just got back from a trip. Fucking
Yeah, I've been enjoying this environment Spokane provides.
Yeah.
To be honest, like versus LA. I came up in a very like southern based time period of the game, and it stuck with me a lot. But a lot of values and stuff that I had during that time conflicted with the more wholesome, more spiritual things I've been learning here in Spokane. And that's been a really big journey for me, honestly. Trying to find some alignment with things some alignment or somewhat justification with things that would be considered excessive and things that I consider necessary to music, and then understanding that there are people who don't consider those things necessary, and that's been really eye-opening and really fun. And then deciding that some of those things are just a part of what I wanted this to become, so I decided to keep them.
all right.
Yeah.
Like an accessory.
Like yeah, as far as like dressing and things like that, like even though a lot of the people in certain areas are more, or certain niches aren't really into that, like on like like some J. Cole wave, like I'm gonna dress down on purpose in a way. Yeah, and I just that wasn't me. That wasn't what even though like I've gotten around people who do look at that as like respectable and stuff, that's not what I did it for. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep the things that I do like and not let my environment change that about me, but I'm also gonna be a bit more enlightened about the reasons behind me doing these things, and honest with myself about like the fact that some of the stuff I do does come from insecurities or whatnot, and I don't know, I'm able to stand a lot taller in that without the fear of someone calling it out if you kind of accept it in yourself and enjoy the time period, because I feel like the things that a lot of hip hop guys do out of insecurity is what inspires the next generation of kids to want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I 100% understand that. You got to hold your head high and fucking be confident, with who you are,
Yeah.
especially in this game.
Yeah, definitely.
So, on top of that, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from?
I'm from Gardena, man. I'm from Gardena, California. It's right next to Watts-ish.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so but it's almost like it's a little bit easier to walk around there than it is in Watts, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But then I would go to school, a couple cities over, then start ditching school and then start to see the realities of what's going on around me. But I didn't necessarily have to live in that area. I had like a bit of a sheltered upbringing. It would just be at school would expose me to things, and then the internet began a really big like intake for me for things outside of my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when'd you move up here?
Moved up here only a couple 4 to 5 years ago when I was about 19.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was already through high school. I was already back in LA. Like there's a big train system across the freeways and stuff, so I was able to move around a lot and go to Inglewood, go to Inglewood, go to Hawthorne, go to Long Beach, go back to where I lived at last in Norwalk or Bellflower, and get back home within 2 to 3 hours or so.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Awful. Pretty much walking in the bus.
Yeah, and you could damn near just hop it. You don't even gotta pay.
Damn.
Yeah, so my whole get around was that I didn't even drive or nothing because I had that as a kid. And coming up here, it was very different to be in a place that was so almost isolated, and because to me it takes a bit to get to the next city,
Mm-hmm.
the next major city. So it feels a little more isolated here, but I also like that it taught me the importance of building a crowd in a concentrated area, because a lot of people that have a pretty big following that's spread out, they can't fill a venue.
Yeah.
You know? So having a very isolated crowd in one area is really important. Yeah.
Yeah, some diehard fans.
Yeah.
Always supporting you.
Exactly. And people that love you beyond the music, and that taught me a lot of it. It forced me to grow in a way, a lot of cool ways. And I was able to slow down because it was all clothes. It was all the stuff that is based on insecurity in LA, you know? And half of us didn't even really have it. It was just trying to convince each other or ourselves that we did, you know? But getting away from that almost allowed me to get closer to those things, like in a comfortable way. Yeah,
okay.
At my own pace and whatnot. Sorry for making this paper noise. I'm gonna like.
Oh, dude, you're good. Yeah. I ain't tripping. So how old are you? You moved up here 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I'm 25 now. I just turned 25 in September.
You carry yourself like you're older than that. Honestly, I thought you were older.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah. I started my business and stuff this year. I got my first car. And when I looked up, I'm like, man, like I'm 25. Like, yeah, I did have my own place, but I really wanted a car, so I made sure I got my license. It took me like four tries to get my license. And
hey, I had my license suspended like this last fucking spring. Actually, it wasn't even suspended. It was expired, and I had to. I live in Idaho, so pretty much I had to get an Idaho license, and they require you to take the test. Still took me my second try, man. So, yeah, don't feel bad on that.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man, because I was a bit like, damn, like I was getting mad about it a little bit, but I kept going because I was like, I'm going to get this before my 25th birthday, and I did.
What'd you get what's your whip? What kind of ride you got?
I have a Land Rover, a couple years older, but I got a Land Rover as my first joint, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm just thinking like, I want to start involving myself in the community and whatnot beyond the content. So I was just on a plane ride with someone, and they were telling me that they were reminding me actually, because this is something I had kind of heard before. But the best way to affect your community is like local elections, you know? And I have this thing I say to people because a lot of my friends are like very counterculture. I'm very counterculture.
Yeah.
In a very different way, but it's like a trap hippie type thing, like a trap, you know, like a trap nerd type
I mean,
thing.
from the first time I met you, you still working at that same spot?
I do different work now with like disabled kids and whatnot.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah. Mental health and marijuana is a lot of my life.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, that's fuck, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. When I first met I'm able to stream and stuff on the side of that. So
what was it? The Sunset Mart?
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I worked there, I still live like fairly close, but that was a really big jump start because one, I was able to give my
you're good. I gotta make sure I can pass a UA.
Facts. I was able to give everyone that left the bar but still wanted to drink my Instagram and shit when I worked there. Like that was like a big part of me like soaking into the local and getting my face seen to the local kids and shit like that, or local other college kids or whatever. At the time. And then after, like even now, you can still catch my business cards and whatnot in there. I try to do like QR code business cards.
All right.
Yeah, that like go to my link tree or whatnot.
Man, I need to get on top of that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Really cool, man. It's
helpful.
Really cool. Yeah. Usually you get a cool trial of the QR code for free, and like usually there's like a monthly charge after that. But it's a good move. And it's not very expensive.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember how I actually first met you was like my homie went down to the Sunset Mart or whatever to get like some wraps or a vape or some shit, and then comes back with like your Instagram. And he's like, "Yo, you need to check this kid out. He said he makes music," and it was like I was throwing shows. I was I had Shades On just started. Yeah, it was my best friend, one of my best friends, Alex, the dab kid.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
And then I came in and I started bullshitting with
Shout out to Alex the Dab Kid. I never knew that. That was all I wanted to happen from me doing that, to be honest.
So, I mean, exactly what you explained is like how I found out about you. And then, you know, put you on that one festival, brought you on that one, that like sold out show of YMG's birthday. You came through last minute and like fucking killed your set.
That was an awesome. I forget about that set at the Nerd Bar. Wow, yeah. Wait, was it the Geek Bar?
Yeah,
the Geeks Bar. And Glory. Geeks and Glory. Yeah. That shit was
and
tight.
You came through. That's one of the hardest bars. You had to leave and go to work, but the fact that you like, you know, you made it work. You came through, you performed, you did your business, and then you had to get out of there. You couldn't stay for the lingerie show or lingerie contest, but still.
Yeah, man, but I loved it. That was one of my favorite shows, thinking back on it. It went so well that it's almost like blurry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not someone that like I've ever known, like, you know, canceling or, you know, even if you got shit going on, you'll make it work. You make time.
Yeah, man, and it was really...
Sorry, dog. I wish. Not yet.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good, dude.
I hate doing that when people are trying to hang out. Yeah. Because I feel like I'm not entertaining you.
Oh, dude, you're doing just fine. You're here on Shades On. You're definitely entertaining me and entertaining all the fans.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I appreciate that, man.
Huh, do you?
But man, that show was so awesome. That show was really awesome. I really remember that show. Now that you say it, because the first show I remember that was a bit, but that show I remember I was like very, very more ready. Yeah.
And that place was packed.
Yeah.
Like packed with motherfuckers for that little last bar. And then honestly, that was the first show that was fully under my production.
Right.
Yeah.
Really?
I was really proud of that. Yeah, I was really proud of that, of throwing that show.
And you introduced me to Jesse that day.
Yep. I introduced you to B-Dog.
That's fucking awesome. That's hard too. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, hosted, promoted, fucking.
That night was the catalyst for a lot, bro.
I pretty much damn near did all the sound besides the DJ.
That night was the catalyst for a lot. Thank you for that night.
Yeah, dude. No problem, dude. Like I said, you come through.
Man, the thing that people don't realize is that nights like that are what set off like historical careers, you know? Like the way that even just in what has happened in the time that I've been in Spokane, I've seen Spokane go from being bar-based performance with little to no like crowd that's actually like engaging to a full-on, there are people, full-blown artists coming out of here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If people have like a consistent like show base that I notice, I start to see the same faces at shows, and then the same faces you see at like a higher, at like a not like a higher end, but like a major label signed artist at like the Knitting Factory. Yeah. You'll see those faces at the local shows now. So there's a respect for the local community here that has really just been cultivated through consistency. Cause it was dead. I'm not gonna cap. It was dead and for the taking. Yeah. Like it was a couple like spurts that were around where you could see it, but it was for the taking for a while. Now it's so many people, either via shows, via modeling, via internet posts, via some route, got their foot on the necks of this city, and I love it.
So something that I do feel like is, I mean, I feel like it's frowned upon, like whether you're a fan, whether you're a promoter, or even an artist, that there is a lot of artists though that like try to get on every single fucking show, and like at that point, like, you know, you'll have a fan base that will be like, oh, well, I saw you last week and I, you know, don't need to see you this week, and where it's like only your close like crew comes type shit, where in a way you kind of got to be a little selective and like know either what venues or what people are on the crowd, so you know it's going to be, you know, that hot show that's going to be packed.
And I'm a bit more like that. I feel when it's the crowd for me, but I also understand the volume, the want to just volume it out, because like I said, it could be a show that you don't expect to go well, that you meet someone that night, or you just if you just released, that's almost like your tour. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. I mean, you're 100% right, but at the same time, I mean, Spokane is, you know, there's quite a bit of like little bars and like, you know, venues and shit like that, but it's
one
not
thing I've noticed
a huge
is people
city.
Flock to new venues.
Huh?
One thing I've noticed is people flock to new venues. Yep. Shout out the Goodie Bar.
Goodie bar, and then there's the junkyard that that place used to be.
Junkies, right?
Yeah, Junkies. That place used to be Cheap Shots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cheap Shots. I heard my dad mention that back in the day. Yeah. Shout out to Drunkies now for copping the location.
Fuck, they had an ICP show with like Ritz and like Mushroom Head. Like
at Drunkies or at Cheap Shots?
Cheap Shots. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I heard my dad mention that spot for real.
Then yeah, there's and then there's Deets and Glory Bar. That's like a gamer bar that has like DJ EDM nights, and we're like, hey, let's show you we can pack it for told the guy, hey, let's show you we can pack it for we did it twice.
I wasn't even back into gaming at the time, but I have a past with gaming. I used to want to make games as a kid. So when you told me it was a gaming bar, like that like subconsciously fit.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah. Yeah. Like a lot of my fashion is based off video game stuff.
Shitload of fucking systems and games in there. Like it's
bro, it was a gamer truck it was a game truck that like kids get for their birthdays in a bar, which was tight, which was really cool. My friends enjoyed it. I like seeing the whole systems and the way they had them set up on the tables and stuff. I'm not gonna cap, like my living room looks like one of those setups now.
Yeah,
yeah, bro. Like yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah,
hell yeah. So let's see, I got something else I want to ask you.
Okay.
How long you been making music?
Started writing seriously about like 12 to 14. I always say I started when I saw 8 Mile when I was like 3. Like that set the tone. But I started writing at like 14 seriously. Started recording seriously at 16. Started releasing on SoundCloud at 16. But I started recording seriously inside the rehab I was doing my juvenile time in, basically. And they had a studio there, which was cool. So I started recording there, took that music home, started like shooting videos in my mom's drive-through. The guy who was shooting my videos eventually, he actually shoots like for big artists now, like such as Draco, Blueface, whoever, AZ Shike, a lot of guys on the West Coast. Yeah. So about since I was 14.
What got you into it? What made just watching 8 Mile, or did you have any like homies or
watching 8 Mile and YouTube,
musical,
man, and
musical background in your family at all?
No, man. It was like my mom would definitely like be around like guys and shit like that song wrote or whatnot for just like that the most like J Moss or whatnot. But my tie to hip hop was just through media. I'm not gonna cap, like like it was on the radio when I got picked up from school. It was on the TV when I got home on 106 in Park, and I was just naturally drawn to like graffiti and whatnot like that. So, and I also would just have like a pride in learning the lyrics to every song on the radio. Like I didn't know who Kanye was. I didn't know all these songs were from the same people. All the lyrics I knew all the lyrics to these songs. I didn't know Kanye was the same guy that made so many songs until I was like 20.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, I mean, I remember when his first album, College Dropout, came out, and then I didn't realize, like, oh shit, dude, this dude's like, was a producer for so many fucking like legendary fucking artists before that, even.
For Jay, you can hear his influence in so much music, but you can also hear the gospel aspect of his drums and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was a big thing for me, from Heartless to Can't Tell Me Nothing. Shit like that is like what I was saying, like the insecurities that he was putting on display for everyone. It inspired me so much, you know.
All right.
Yeah, but that would be like about 9 years now, from 14, 16 to 25.
When you were making music back in Cali, how was it? Like, how did it go?
It was local attention. It was kind of the same as up here. Like, that's what's the crazy part about it. I've always been able to cultivate a local, like, not even just audience, but network.
All right.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I moved around a bit as a kid, and that helped me kind of spread because I wasn't just at one school. So through that, I met kids over in Watts. I met kids over in Hawthorne. I met kids in Carson.
They'd be fucking with you?
Yeah. And
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would just do kind of, that was like traveling in a way for me. Yeah. And then it would be like local bar shows and stuff here and there, off the SoundCloud wave. I was always shooting videos though, even if it was just like a 30-second snippet for Instagram and stuff. And that was always a big, like talk around school and shit like that. And then I would go and, it was to the point where like my teachers would let me go to the school newsroom, and I would record in there a lot.
Really?
Yeah, because
damn, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that shit was tight. So I would, in 10th grade I used to ditch school a lot and like go smoke and stuff. I was like 15. Then that's how I ended up in rehab.
Okay.
And
you got caught up or?
Well, essentially, yeah. I was 15 getting into Zans and stuff around 2014 era. That had me pretty strung out. Luckily, it was before the fentanyl age, but you're a kid, you don't have a job, you can't really afford a habit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was getting into all kind of trouble doing that. I was getting kicked out, and I went ahead and dove into like breaking in houses and shit like that.
Oh fuck.
So that's what I got in trouble for. But when you're a kid in Cali and shit like that, they have like, oh, while you're doing your time, they'll have guys come see you like, okay, we have this program for you that you can go do your time in, but we're gonna teach you like how to farm, or we're gonna teach you how to this, yada. We're a mechanic
Some life
school.
skills.
Yeah. They give you a chance because you're under fucking 18. They're basically a daycare, but like a fuck daycare, but a daycare. Like yeah. And but in that time though, like I only did like probably like a little over a week in the actual juvenile hall, and then I got moved to like a rehab placement that basically other kids that was in, and we did our time there. So I did like 9 months there.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's where the studio was. We couldn't go. We still couldn't leave. We just had to live upstairs and go to school downstairs. And it was a rehab, so we had like groups and stuff in between. And but that time period got me off of those pills and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I got out, instead of I had learned how to like excel to, instead of just not giving a fuck, I learned how to excel to the point where you don't have to give a fuck. Like, and then essentially it went from not doing my homework to doing my homework a week ahead of time. So I had time to record.
Okay, that was a good example. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like kind of lost. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, so like I can go to record because like, why are you talking in class? Do you have your work done? Like, yeah, my work for like the next 2 days is done.
All right.
So yeah. I just finished school on time and everything like that because I also had caught up on credits while I was in the rehab school. And yeah, so that was like the flip around for me. But it didn't stop like problems at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I still ended up staying with like my photographer family and whatnot, and until I had to move up here. Yeah.
What made you want to move up here?
Oh, my dad was already living up here for most of my life. I just never came.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back to the venues around town. What's your favorite venue you've performed at?
The Observatory. Back in LA.
Observatory?
Well, this is back home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you did shows back when you were younger?
Yeah, this was like I've opened for RJ. I've opened for can't remember who I opened for at the Observatory, but it was a pretty big artist there too. I think it might have been Shoreline or something like that.
What?
But the Observatory is
when they were all together and shit.
Yeah.
Damn, that's G.
Yeah. So RJ, Shoreline, out here. I've mostly just done like showcases out here, not necessarily opening. I was supposed to open for Kirko, but that's an ongoing situation.
Okay.
Yeah. And
What's your favorite Spokane venue?
I gotta give it to the Red Room, man.
Yeah.
They were. My dad introduced me to them when I got out here. My dad's like a bar troublemaker, but he knew the owner and stuff like that. So I have a bit of free range to hop on that stage, and I feel really at home there. I feel really comfortable there. Yeah, yeah. Shout out the Red Room for
No,
real, downtown.
they got a good layout. I mean, I used to when I first moved to Spokane, like that was the spot for me and all my homies. Like we before they were doing even rap shows.
Yeah, with the EDM vibe and
Yeah,
shit they do is really awesome. Yeah, I go there to like just get some dancing off sometime.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've really taken off on the rap scene. I've seen like the rap scene there is really taken off. Like they have shows like every other week it seems like, and it's a big artist. If not, they have like a good showcase of locals. They have a good stage. They got good lighting.
And see, I feel
Like I've seen that place packed.
I feel like there was a part because we had took the EDM Thursdays and turned it into a hip hop night
Mm-hmm.
for like a month, and it went really well. Like it built up a little slowly, but it went really well. And since then, it's been a pretty much a hip hop hub. So I'm really like proud to be a part of that.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah.
that's what's up.
Yeah, that shit was cool. That shit was cool.
So you used to go by Apparel MP3,
Yeah.
and now you go by Ayerion. What made you change your rap name?
The Apparel MP3 was me at 16.
Okay.
You know, it was
Way to rebrand yourself, reinvent yourself.
yeah, cause like as a kid before Apparel MP3, it was Arab.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So after Juvenile Hall and after like the rehab and shit, I wanted to be something different. I was thinking about like, Future is just one word, Drake is just one word, so I was just Apparel. And I loved clothes at the time or whatever. And I wanted to once I got out here, it evolved into Apparel MP3, clothes and music. It was just like an experimental thing to see if what I could do with branding. And I got a logo did, and I got that logo seen as much as I could through just being a notification in people's feeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like the king of the follow and unfollow, liking pictures and stuff. I've actually lost like a lot of followers through unfollowing and following people.
Really?
So don't go that route. Just hold people down. People don't want to see you unfollowing them and following them. It's not good. Yeah, but I'm also like, but in the long run, there were people who accepted that, like who said, okay, I'm going to support him, and he's just gonna follow and unfollow me sometime. That's what he does. Sometimes it was literally just out of like mental health. Like I follow so many people unnecessarily that I need to unfollow everyone and then just follow people that are necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that,
That's kind of on the tip I've been on lately.
yeah.
Sorry to say to anybody, but like I don't know, there's like definitely some people like on my Facebook and on my Instagram, like I don't need this person, like I don't even know them, and or I maybe have met them once and they've never seen them again. Where I'm just like, why you? I'd rather see. I'm not gonna lie, sorry if this is rude. I'd rather see some other people that are more relevant in my life, or just doing more than something that shows like fucking 11 days ago of like the first new pick you put up in 2 years type shit. It's like what the fuck,
right? Like, yeah. And that was annoying to me too. It's like I just got pointless numbers at this point. I want, like I said, a concentrated effort that looks like a concentrated effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was a thing. But I also had read that if you see branding about 7 times or more, you're more familiar with it and more willing to spend money with it. So I wanted to see through notifications, having my logo as my profile picture, how much attention I can create to that page.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the page is it's a experiment at marketing.
Okay.
Part. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I never thought of it that way, but that's actually very smart, thinking.
Yeah, so it was like that's a name that I have to build, and let's see how much I could build it, and what are the do's and don'ts of building a name. Yeah, before I do a real run in a way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that went on for a while. That went on until I was like that went on until now, really. Yeah, I just started really like over this year as I got into streaming and showing my life. Because, like I say, with the things that people consider me insecure about, it was like, no, these are just things that are like part of me in a way. And I wanted to kind of show the ins and outs of my life to a level where, um, I guess it showed that I wasn't insecure about it, or at least I was comfortable with the things I am insecure about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like I'm hiding them. So, yeah, like it's not something that needs to be exposed or anything like that. Like,
Yeah, that's just you.
yeah, yeah. I kind of rock out pretty cocky regardless. So sometimes the ego check is cool, but I'm also not gonna humble myself to make someone else comfortable in a way.
Yeah.
I learned that. I'll humble myself to
you're not gonna give a watered down version of yourself.
Yeah, just because like other people find it unnecessary. Yeah. So and that's when I started to like wanting to go by my real name and shit like that, because I felt like I had learned not to do the unfollow thing. I had learned how to like get enough attention to want to be called on for a show. I had learned like, how to do certain do's and don'ts. And now I want to try a real run that will be more attached to me.
All right.
Yeah.
So with the name change, though, I feel like your style has definitely changed a little bit.
The style thing,
like
because I wasn't
on the track.
I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't allowing myself to break from the Migos flow, because during the apparel thing, it was all about volume.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was. I feel like I had learned a lot about musicality. I had learned a bit about arrangement, enough to where my lazy, like just whatever, like rap would fall, would be enough bouncy enough to kind of do its thing. Yeah. So now I'm more experimenting with like a wavier thing that's more put together, not so 4 count choppy. Yeah.
So how do I say this? Like, I feel like you kind of just said it, but like
cadence was always important, but now it's like flow is also important.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you label your new style as?
My new style?
I mean, I feel like you just said wavy, but
it's wavy, but shit, I've been calling it like the name of the album is, first of all, Urchin.
Okay.
It's like I said, like I was kind of running around a bit and like staying with my friends and stuff. So in a way, that kind of made me feel like a street urchin sometimes. And like I said, like the clothing thing wasn't something new. I was taking shirts from the 99-cent store and like kind of putting them together with stuff and making it nice, back then. So, and I feel like that's like the same thing that like the punk kids were doing back in like the Sex Pistols days and shit like that, with like ripping up shit and dyeing it black. Like that's the kind of vibe I was on. So yeah, I forgot where we just were.
Your style.
Yeah. So I want to call it. I was telling my friend like I wanted to sound like you're rapping in an alley. Yeah. Like, so I don't really know it's not drill. It's not. I say it's alternative.
Okay.
I would say it's alternative.
Like some alternative rap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
At least explained like that.
Yeah, because I dove back into alternative because while Kanye and everything was on my mom's radio, when I was on when I was watching TV or like on Disney Plus or whatever, like Green Day and Paramore was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really as Ayerion, I went back to what songs did I never forget. So it took me back to my mom's car, took me back to my grandma's living room where Radio Disney on and shit like that. And a lot of Paramore and like pop punk was in there.
Yeah.
So I like figured that should be a part of like what I do. And then shout out to MGK too, because my friend had just got me into
the fuck up.
Right, had just got me into what he was doing, rock based and shit like that.
Yeah.
So ever since I got into that album, From Tickets to My Downfall, I've been at every MGK show that has happened out here since.
Dog, like I mean, I bet I've missed one. Not gonna lie, and it's because I was in Florida, for work and couldn't go to it. But other than that, like I went to the first time he ever came to Spokane. He was opened up for Tech on the Hostile Takeover tour.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and I have a signed EP.
Oh shit, that's
yeah.
tight.
He signed like he was like like I was up in the VIP section, and like that night I met Tech and MGK.
But see what I'm saying? Like who? Wait, so MGK signed it?
Yeah, I have a signed EP.
Think about like that,
Half
bro.
Naked
Like
and Almost Famous EP before he dropped his first album.
and think about that, bro. Like bro was like on like, excuse me, he had just signed to Diddy.
Yep.
And he was on like Wild Boy shit. He was like
that's
trying to find his realm in hip hop. Now he's like damn near an alternative icon that's still kind of.
Oh, he can still fucking throw it down though. He just has that new. He just dropped that new song with T Driz.
Yes, I love that song.
Oh, dude, it's fire.
That shit's super fire. Mm-hmm. And think about the aspect that he's in Detroit and talking about Candy Coated and whatnot. Oh, yeah. I catch things like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like it comes like I loved Eminem. I love Ye.
First song I got out of, when I got out of jail actually was his other new song. Fucking. Oh, I can't remember it, but I know like some of the lyrics. It's like I believe God had to put me through hell so I can learn me a lesson.
Have you heard Taurus?
Fuck, I don't know.
Have you watched Taurus?
Like his song? Or is this a show?
MGK has a movie called Taurus and a song called Taurus.
No.
That's one thing that's really inspired me about MGK. He's been making a lot of like straight films based on his music.
I mean, I remember the Tickets for My Downfall one.
Taurus is 1,000 times better.
Really? That's tight. That's a different way of like,
Taurus, the song he made for Taurus, I consider it his Lose Yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check this shit out when we're done. That's what's up.
That shit's hard.
So what do you want to show us today? I know you want to show me a music video. Something you
We can go into a track I got called Wave to start. Wave was a Parallel MP3.
Okay.
And yeah. So
I might have heard this one actually.
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
Yeah, this was on like one of the official drops, like the Spotify drops and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to plug in?
Yeah, shout out my boy Malinji. I thought we were gonna play the YouTube video here.
Oh yeah, you can still play it through that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just check it out.
Okay.
I'm glad you actually brought that up about MGK. Like, I don't give a fuck if people be hating on him or saying some shit. It's like, dog, like I don't know. The way I was treated,
he's a big part of bringing the genre back at this point.
The way I was introduced to him, or just the way I was introduced to his music and how he treated me when I met him, it made me feel like fucking, important. It made me fucking feel like, like he gave a fuck. Like, honestly, I got there before every single fucking fan at that fucking knit got to him. And he's like, I was like, dude, I feel like I was the only person rapping your music that knew your shit. He's like, thanks, man. And fucking rips open the plastic, the shrink wrap, takes out the inside cover, signs it, and then people are bum rushing. He's like, here, and hands it to me.
Nice.
Yeah, his fingerprints are in that bitch.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like, it was just like a really special fucking thing.
Man, what he's doing is he took away the need to be overly masculine and stuff, I feel. And then that allowed him to be so artistic. We took control of the wave, up and I don't give a fuck what you think. She came to see, now she taking the D, making her sing, yeah, I got her on key. Lock, Malinji on the beat, box, yeah, I'm on go and can't be stopped. Malinji on the beat, box, yeah, I'm on go and can't be. Is it full screening? We took control of the wave, up and I don't give a fuck what you think. She came to see, now she taking control of the wave. Shout out my boy Malinji. She came to see, now she taking the D, making her see, now I got her on key. Lock, Malinji on the beat, box, yeah, I'm on go and can't be stopped. Malinji on the beat, box, yeah, I'm on go and can't be stopped. She took control of the wave.
Some heavy bass in this.
Yeah, my guy out in Ukraine, he's from the Ukraine, he did that beat.
The Ukraine?
Yeah.
Damn.
He lives in Germany now. Shout out my boy Molinji. I got a girl back in high school, used to get a referral. Wouldn't let go of this rap for the world. He not going attention, releasing tension, but paid attention. Got through minutes, season ain't finished till I say it ended. Josh say Gus and Jared, my angels. Can't wipe her up if she married to angles. That type of girl can get dropped like a single. Tryna just mingle. Shout out my niggas that kept it illegal. I took it straight away. Tryna just mingle. Shout out my niggas that kept it illegal. I never curled up, never been fetal. Yeah, I'm on go and can't be stopped. Melingi on the beat box. Yeah, I'm on go and can't be stopped. Black jacket, black jeans, bad bitch trap scene. Emo reload like 2017. Suddenly no one could fuck with me, putting in work and I did all the budgeting, keeping me company, building a company. Took the beats to Ibizu. Another song. There's goldfish in your hand. Yes. Hell yeah. I was just grabbing stuff. Bad bitch trap scene, emo reload like 2017. Suddenly no one could fuck with me, put it in work and I did all the budgeting, keeping me company, building a company. Took the beast to Ibizu. Another song about you. So much in the water, I see you. Was that recorded at your spot? Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, but I did send it to bro to mix it. The stuff I did on his beats, he likes to mix. This is the first video that my guy did. This was like in my mom's driveway. This was just me and like 17-inch. I just like play a little bit of that. This is back in Cali? Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, you look hella young. Yeah. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff, man. Like I probably shot a good like 150 music videos. What was that? I said I probably shot a good like 150 music videos in my life. Damn. Rather, I just set up a tripod or someone shot it. But this song was good though. I'm not gonna cap. Like the guy who did that, he was just like a local EDM kid that did the beat to that stayed like up the street from my school and shit. And he had heard about me rapping and stuff and called me over and did that beat. So, like I was always able to get like local eyes on me. And I feel like before the internet and like the 80s and shit like that, that was what kept like some of the superstars at that time going, because they didn't have the metrics we have. You know, they just had the word of mouth of their local community. Yep. And I feel like I'm always able to like soak into a community and get some type of wheels turning. That's what keeps me going. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Dude, like you fucking have changed. I don't want to say like changed like a lot, but you've definitely grown a lot. Like from, I've never seen that video right there, and like fuck, the person you like became, like, and even from Apparel MP3, like, damn, like you definitely have like, even like in that short amount of time from this change from, I feel like definitely have like grown up, even like with how you look at things and how you know, talk about things is like just on a whole nother fucking ball game now. I appreciate that. Yeah. Man. Yeah. I mean, I was learning too. Also, when I was doing the Apparel MP3 thing, I was like constantly watching podcasts. I was constantly typing in like little things about the music industry, little things about the streaming world, little things about what it takes. Not like Apple Music streaming world, not the Twitch streaming world. Just learning everything I could about what actually is going on, what's worth putting the money into right now. You know, like yeah. Damn. And then once I felt like I was watching content and I already knew what they were going to say, yeah, that's when I knew I was ready to start going by my real name. Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. So, what's the most memorable show you've done? The second show I did for you. Shit, you done like 3, I want to say 3 shows. Was it the second Burning Cow? No, it was like out there. I ran down because I was a little late, but I ran all the way from the front. It was a camp out. I swear the first show you did was that 420 camp out. I thought that was that one. I thought the first show I did was Burning Cow. No, okay, so the second show I did was Burning Cow. And then... Was that the one with the bus in Rochelle? Yeah. And yeah, so shout out to Rochelle. So that show is the most memorable one there because I met people there that I still am like somewhat tight with. Yeah.
No, there's a lot. There's a packed lineup for that one, and then that was honestly just even a memorable show for myself. Like I was really happy about the way the layout was.
Bro, I hate that after my set, like all I could really do was hit the lay in the back of Pro World Con's car because I was just out, bro. Like I said, I was shooting videos and stuff all the time, bro. Mm-hmm. I was still working my jobs and everything like that. So sometimes I would just crash really, really hard. But I was like living on like psychedelics, you know? Like,
yeah. I mean, shit, dude. I remember at like, yeah, when I was living in Brown's Edition and we went to the store, you're like, yo, you got any fungi on you? I'm like, dog, do you think I just walked around with that shit in my pocket like that? Like, just hit me up after work.
Bro, like, but yes. When I tapped into it though, bro, it was like I would say like separately, like 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 over 100 times each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still fry?
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
A lot less though. Like I've really been surprising myself with how much I just am like, nah, not today.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
got shit to do.
Yeah, got shit to do, and I'm already not gonna have enough time in the day to do it.
Yeah, you gotta stay productive, you know?
Yeah, like
keep the progress coming.
A big thing for me now is trying to designate days to do each thing because between learning guitar, streaming, getting actually good at the shooting games that fucking 14-year-olds are winning $3 million at, and then doing music, finishing that album.
Wait, what? Sorry, 14-year-olds are making what? $3 million?
Yeah, bro. That Fortnite shit is real, bro.
I think I played that like one for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't like it. I'm not a Fortnite fan.
Bro, I started liking it a lot when I saw that 14-year-old win all that money. I was like, what? But now realizing, bro, like these kids are... I stopped playing video games for 7 years because of music. Like, I did not play video games. That it was just music.
I mean, I've been playing a lot of like hockey, like NHL 22 and shit like that, but I haven't played really anything the fuck else. It's hockey season, so I'm playing that.
I fuck with that. I'm trying to get into sports too. Like I never was into sports. I was in the.
You don't play Madden or anything?
Oh, really? I have them from my friends come over and shit like that, but I don't play them. I play RPGs and shit. Like I'm very like fantasy and shit.
I mean, I love Cyberpunk.
I fucking love Cyberpunk. So
yeah. Cyberpunk's the fucking shit.
I a lot of my fashion is like cyberpunk based now. And
yeah,
shit.
I was gonna say what's that vest thing you got on there?
This is from
reminds me of like something they'd be rocking that actually.
This is from Tote and Carry. Yeah, you know, shout out to Tote and Carry. I grabbed their little graffiti pack, and I got this in a couple colors. It's a cool little vest piece.
You got multiple of them.
Cool little vest piece in it. Yeah, I have a couple colors of this. Like
that's what's up.
Gonna grab some more to be honest. And it has so many little joints. Yeah, so many little pockets on it. So many pockets all the way around the back. It's basically luggage.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because they make bags, but they've had these.
It's flashy for sure.
It's nice. Yeah. I like it. It gets me like that full on like Soulja Boy internet rapper vibe. You feel? It's like
yeah.
And then that's the type of guys like I looked up to, you know, and I never was the type that's like they're doing so well. I just want to be different, so I'm gonna not like them. Like that just never was my thing. Only time that really happened was like Chief Keef.
Okay.
Like Chief Keef, it was like it was I guess because I was into like the more emo side of things. It was so like it just felt fake, you know, like because it was so
like his music or his style.
His music.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, you know, like, I mean, no one's shooting that much, you know. Like,
I mean, like, I don't know. I fucked with like Chief Keef. Like, fuck, dude.
No, to this like now, like looking back on it, what he did is amazing.
Okay.
Like it people still dress like that to this day. What he did is equivalent to what like G Unit did, what 50 Cent did with G Unit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it put on Dirk and started drill rap. It can't be argued. It can't be argued with. It's a fucking amazing. But at the time, that was the only time where I was like, oh, like, this everyone's doing this, so I don't want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the only time. Yeah.
I mean, I get like that a lot.
Yeah, and I noticed that there's a lot of that in Spokane. There's a lot of that in Spokane of like, I just want to be different, but then so many people are different in the same direction. But it allows you to see what people are attracted to niche wise outside of what like mainstream podcasts are talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. It's very interesting to me. That's why I say like I'm starting to really want to do straight to consumer releases rather than DSPs.
Okay.
Because the payout will possibly be better, faster, and there's a way to make a living completely outside of that atmosphere that I adore so much. That intrigues me, and I want to see if I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Change the game up a little bit.
Yeah, and I feel like that's things like that catch attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like I got kind of that same mindset on like people that pay to play.
Yeah.
Like, cause you see so many artists like getting fucked over, or they are just paying like up the ass to get on a show and like don't even bring someone, or like, fucking fans wise, or don't sell tickets, but they'll just like buy all the fucking tickets and give them the fuck away. I've seen, just because they got the money to pay to get on the show. Like that's something I've been wanting to like get away from. Like I have not necessarily an issue with. Like sometimes I could see it necessary, but
what sucks
most of the time it's like
I thought it was just hip hop.
Yeah.
I thought just hip hop was like this, but I could see punk being like that. I could see punk bands booking slots and getting fucked over and shit too. That's something that just comes with the territory, and that's almost where this shit becomes the streets again. Because like I see those promoters,
Yeah. We see you. Yeah, there's plenty of them out there, especially in this city.
Yeah, man. So that culture, but that like I said, like what I do internet based, as far as marketing and what you can do outside of booking an opening slot, that's what builds a niche.
Yeah.
Like posters and shit like that, stickers, t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like building that.
Your merch.
Yeah, but even giving those away. The amount of money that you would spend on making 20 shirts will maybe be equivalent to that slot. But that's 20 people doing a post for you in the same area.
Yeah.
You know how good that looks?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I've had a little bit of merch before, but not enough to sell. But I just pretty much I got one, and then like there's like a couple, there's a couple Kid Curry shirts with the Shades On logo or whatever. But other than that, like,
so it's just like stop trying to be.
Those are my diehards.
It's like don't try to be next to something that's shiny and hope that it rubs off on you. You just gotta work and make your like blip more and more bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, because music recently became region based again because of accents and tempos. You can hear where someone is from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because the money is so scarce from music, that's why you see people dipping into content and all types of forms of making money. Because so now you're not able to afford the gap between small artists and big artists as much anymore. Like the big artist money is starting a lot, and sales are starting to align with smaller artists a lot more. Like even like the City Girls just did like 6,000 first week. Like so, fuck, I forgot where I was going. I'm sorry.
Fuck, like pretty much the alignment of like sales.
Yeah, with the alignment of sales getting like that, neither end is really making enough money to sustain themselves as just music artists. Yeah. The tours are cool, but if your tour money is getting chopped up, that's not fun. And and the direct to consumer thing is gonna become the only way to really like make a living. You know what I'm saying? And you, like I said, you need to be able to fill up a room that way. If you can't fill up a room with people that all support you and are willing to buy a ticket and stuff like that, then you're not doing your job. That's your job as an artist.
Yeah.
Is to be able to fill a venue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even if it's a small ass bar.
Yeah, you know? And that's where like you learn to play the game outside of being in the studio. That's the one thing I learned that off of dropping all those songs as a parallel MP3 is I can drop as much songs as I want, as word lyrical miracle or singy, whatever the fuck I want to do, and make a beautiful video to it. But I need to run around and get these videos seen. I need to business card up, and it's a hustle, man. You know, like I need to be on other people's content. I need to do podcasts. I need to stream. I need to do things make people that make people love me so much that they're willing to go hit play on some music of mine sometime. They're willing to buy a ticket to go see me. They're willing to buy a shirt to support me. Like there's people that don't like me that I wholeheartedly believe would support me.
Yeah.
Because they see the determination in what I do. And that doesn't even reflect in my actual numbers, I think, but I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't knock the hustle for sure.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people like that, you know, how do I say it, like that have done that and then got lazy and just like don't anymore, and then they just expect it to happen still. It's like, no, you got to stay on top of that grind.
Yeah, man.
You got to keep yourself relevant.
You got to keep yourself relevant, and you gotta finesse this shit, bro. At this point, there's, like I said, there's no way for you to just like the wages in it is just not what it needs to be for you to just make music.
Yeah.
You need to run around and be proactive and learn how to do more than that. And the best artists do. The artists that are the biggest artists that like Snoop, that have endorsements and their hands in so many other industries. Those are artists that survive. The artists that start restaurants. The artists that
weed companies,
anything that
fucking
you can
look
do.
at Burner and Cookies.
Exactly.
Dude, I remember when that wasn't even a thing yet. Like I've been bumping him for fucking so long. Remember when he was just talking about that?
Bro, Burner is someone I've watched heavily over the past 2 years or so.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been fucking bumping him for 10 plus.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. I've always heard of him. I've heard him on other people's tracks, thinking back like when he was on songs with Problem and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've heard of him, but I didn't know it was him until like the past like 4 years or so, because I got into the thought of like getting into the weed company thing and shit. But yeah, I started wanting to get into that, so I studied his content a lot, and I love how in depth he goes into it with like Marijuana Mafia, Bigger Business, and stuff. Have you watched any of those? He has shows that like breaks down like how they cure, how he finds strains. He has shows where he tests new strains with people, and then he'll decide if he's gonna license them. He'll rename them right there. Like, there's a lot of really cool
I guess I haven't been like on top of like his newer shit lately, but no, I've been bumping him for a long ass time. Where
see, that's a bigger thing for me is like I'm so like a little heartbroken, but I'm so out of touch with music right now.
I understand what you mean, because I've been like focused on the local scene, like, you know, a lot more. Like there's like, you just asked me what like about one of my favorite artists. Have I seen, you know, this on tours? But I'm like, no. I'm like, fuck, like I'm slacking right now. That's like one of my favorite motherfuckers. But it's the fact that, you know, I'm a lot more focused on my grind and or, you know, doing my research and, you know, for the people I'm interviewing and or just staying up on, you know, the artists I manage, or just like, you know, the main people I fuck with, or even if it's on Instagram, you know, and seeing, you know, the last show that was done and who was on it and shit like that. You know, I'm a lot more focused on like the people around here than to be consumed on fucking what fucking NLE Choppa or fucking, you know, somebody like that or fucking Kodak Black is doing or some shit.
It's hard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes I do. So I'll check. Oh, all right, that song goes hard, but it's just the fact that it's, you know, it's just.
I'm not really checking for new artists musically. Yeah. I have the artists I go to for music.
Yep.
I feel like I have my big artists I go to for music. I mostly listen to mainstream music. I'm not gonna cap. I've been trying to listen to local more. But I don't listen to new mainstream artists, and a lot of even artists that are older artists that they're just not my artists. I don't listen to. Like I respect Kodak Black, but I don't listen to Kodak like that.
Yeah.
I respect Tyler, but I don't listen to Tyler a lot.
That was just an example kind of with Kodak, but it's the fact that like I 100% agree with you. Like it's, you know, I respect them, but I mean they're not my go-to fucking music.
Yeah. So
like if I'm gonna be outside of fucking local artists or even just Washington-based artists or people I know, it's gonna be like I'm gonna be going to like probably on the more underground side though. Like I like a lot of Burner's older shit. I mean even Two's new shit, but like him, I guess for mainstream it'd be like, you know, MGK. But I mean I listen to, you know, like I'll throw on like some Mad Child, fucking like some Shoreline Moth to Mozzie. Fucking
I could see like those are people that you probably tapped into like 2014 time and those just being your guys.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, like see what I'm saying? Like it's trippy to like try to tap into new artists, especially when I'm thinking like dog, like that the area we're talking about is probably like the last people who had a shot at like really, really like making it off music, you know? Mm-hmm. After that, like streaming came around and it's been kind of fucked.
So tell me about your streaming. You're streaming video games and shit with homies and yeah. So what is your whole
last thing I want to say though is I've been listening to a lot of Korn. Shout out Jonathan Davis.
I mean, okay. I listen to a lot. I guess when it comes to my rock music, like I listen to a lot of different bands from like, you know, Beartooth, Tool, fucking, you know, I went to Tool and Alice in Chains recently to fucking, you know, I listened to a lot of fucking 94.5, you know, and shit like that, just everything on there. So I'm always hearing like new songs of them, you know, of all the bands and shit that's on there.
And that music be forever. Mm-hmm. That music is performed live. They actually got to play those instruments every night. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit that's worth the ticket to come out. That's worth I've been trying to think of things that are worth the ticket. What's worth the stream? What's worth, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like really, really, not just what I think it is. Not let's just throw something together and see what happens. No, what really, really, really is going to get people out their seats or at least get them to hit play.
And that's perfecting your craft right there.
Yeah.
So you've been streaming though, game streaming.
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
Gaming.
I know we dipped into it for a second, but what got you into doing that?
Shout out T Grizzly, you know?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
because he has the
GTA thing.
Yeah. His whole server. He has a whole server. What?
Like, what he did on that is awesome because...
Have you been on a server and played?
No, I just got my PC.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been playing console-based for the most part and streaming through a MacBook and shit like that. But I just got, like, a full gaming PC. I've been searching for one for, like, a bit, but I got a good one now.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And what he did with that shit though, and the only thing that made me like it at first was, oh, now he can say whatever he wants on songs. That's a big thing for me right now is like how many artists are lying on songs.
Yeah.
But what makes you respected enough to say you shot 100 people on a song and no street dudes want to like mess with you? You know what I'm saying?
What, because he's like shooting people on GTA?
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, he can say whatever the fuck he wants now because also you can't get indicted. Like,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, because whatever, I was just talking about what I was doing on the game and here's like videos, millions of videos of me playing this game.
It's just covering your ass right there.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first thought I had. Like when I saw him doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like, yo, he just like broke the game. Like he just beat the game. Like he can beat cases and he like, you know, and he can talk a lot of shit now.
Yep.
Yeah, and the amount of money he's making off of people just signing up to be in the server is probably amazing. Cause like I said, there's music is not a livable wage, gang.
Yeah.
Like I can't stress that enough. I'm gonna stop stressing that, but I can't stress that enough.
Well,
Yeah.
you gotta find ways, make it one way or another, or ways for fucking people be checking out your music, whether it's through your game streaming or what.
And I just don't want, yeah, but I don't want, I want kids to like, open their mind to other things too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because a lot of times the people, the reason they're gonna listen to your music nowadays it is through some other outlet they seen you on.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Billie Eilish effect in a way. Like she was seen on a Netflix show before she was doing music.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
So you wanna build your name in another space besides music because it's hard to become a new artist and get a diehard fan nowadays.
It's funny you say it like that because I mean, isn't that how? And I'm not a fan of his music at all, but I know he's a dope artist or lyricist. But Childish Gambino, he did the same thing.
Was it Atlanta first or like the TV stuff first, like acting?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like a comedian.
Yeah, he was dropping songs and fucking started fucking. What was it like? Freaks and not freaks and it was like.
Oh,
he was in like some show. And
yeah,
while he was like just starting out rapping, so he was able to like do both, and then now he's fucking done a lot bigger roles and
even like Drake kind of is the same thing with Degrassi.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Right like that.
Why don't they call it the Billie Eilish fucking?
I just kind of made that up.
Oh, okay.
But,
I was gonna say they should call it the Degrassi effect. That motherfucker did it before anybody.
That's true as fuck. Like I didn't even think about it. That the same thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like straight up. Almost proof. And like I hate the like I don't want kids to think like, oh, like it's not cool to want fame and shit like that, because I'm not pressing that, because fame, let this be known, like fame is what is the only way you can make money off music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You like I said, you need to be able to fill up a venue and you need to be able to make people hit play. That is all based on fame.
Yep.
You know? So but there's nothing about like the shooting aspect. There's nothing about I don't know, it's just really hard to market. It's really hard to market in this
especially when so many motherfuckers be doing it now.
And the labels have their hands in all the places we can do it through now.
Yep.
You know?
That's the shittiest thing.
They're not behind anymore like when X and Peep were coming out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what other games you be playing besides GTA?
I play Hogwarts. Like I'm an RPG head, bro. Like I sat in my room and just play like PS2 games when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I enjoy the Call of Duty campaigns more than I enjoy multiplayer.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I'll play Hogwarts, I'll play Cyberpunk, I play the Spider-Man 2 that just dropped.
Is that an RPG?
Yeah.
Really?
Like just anything, a role-playing game, right?
Okay. Oh shit, I was thinking all like the first person, like relating it to like Cyberpunk where it's like first person.
No. RPG is role-playing game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah, so anything where like I'm a character, like I'm just like in like some like God of War type shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
those games are sick too.
Yeah. I like that shit, and like leveling up and moving on.
You fuck with
switching my suits.
Assassin's Creed?
I fuck with Assassin's Creed aesthetic wise. I wasn't there, bro. Like I was playing music. I was doing music.
Mm-hmm.
So picking it up now, it feels a little dated. But I've always liked it aesthetically.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Same with God of War. Like I feel like I'm jumping in too late with them.
I mean, I would be too. I mean, I've fucking, I don't even think I've beaten the first God of War or whatever, but I played quite a few of the Assassin's Creeds and shit.
Them shits look hard as fuck. I love parkour and shit like that. So I've always thought I love parkour. I love ninjas. I've always was into like Naruto and anime and shit like that. But I'm like, I always say I'm like poser with like alternative music because I'm into like Paramore, Green Day, Korn. I always say I'm like poser with anime because I'm into like DBZ, Naruto, One Piece. Like,
I mean, when I was younger, I used to fuck with like Dragon Ball Z, but I mean, it's only fucking I'm not a big into anime at all. The only thing I have watched though in like the past like year or or anything recently was it was longer than a year. It was like what's it called? And I fucking binge watched it. Edge Runner.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, because if you watch Edge Runner, it helps you out with the game.
Yeah.
Helps you understand the game better. If you play the game, it helps you understand the show better even.
It also was awesome.
Yeah. It was fucking badass.
That shit was fire.
Waiting for that second season came out. I don't know if they have.
Bro, the fact that they time jumped them and then killed them, so post spoiler alert. But yeah, but like the fact that they time jumped like that and wrapped it up so like swiftly, because that's the thing with anime, bro. Anime is way too long.
Yeah.
Anime is way too fucking long. Like you damn near have to be willing to miss a couple episodes just letting it play in the background and get through it. You know? Like that shit's too fucking long. But I love it. It did something to me. But it's also not made for us to watch it when we're fucking 20 whatever and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It's made for us to watch it when we're 15 for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't keep our attention as adults sometimes.
Edge Runner did. I fucking let it say.
But Edge Runner was made for a mature audience because the game was rated M.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, and it was made to keep our attention in a TikTok world because it was made recently.
Mm-hmm.
But like trying to go back and watch Naruto or DBZ now, it's like this was made for like 15-year-olds in 2007, gang. Like it's not gonna keep you.
I mean, I know grown ass adults my age, or however much adults we are, but I know some people my age that be watching Naruto. I'm like, I can't get into it.
But I think they already were diehards.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, I think for like a new kid, but I've even went to the point where I watch like Boruto and like the new Yu-Gi-Ohs and shit just to see how they're doing it now, and they make it like a little more TikTok-ish and shit. You can even see movies like are TikTok based now.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you watch movies, it's very fast paced. It's very like comedic every time.
Yep.
They try to throw a dance in. Like everything is based around TikTok and podcasts right now, which is weird. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're seeing what fucking works, what gets people's attention, I guess.
Yeah.
They're figuring out the system on us. Fuck.
Yeah. Like look at you know who West Side Gun is?
Sounds hella familiar. You
know who Benny the Butcher is?
Yeah.
Okay, West Side Gun is like Benny the Butcher is like somewhat big homie.
Okay.
And he's like an underground type rapper, but they've got him pretty big now and shit like that. I was just in Times Square and he has a big ass Mona Lisa with chains on, and one of the chains has like a picture of his baby picture in it. It doesn't even say his name on it. It doesn't say his album title on it. It's just up there for people to search, like, why is Mona Lisa in Times Square with chains on? And then you find his album type shit.
Damn, that's hard.
Bro, like, marketing has to be...
I saw that picture on your story or whatever. I didn't know what the fuck I was really looking at besides just... Yeah, bro, all right. Damn.
But the minute I saw it, I'm like, yo, because I had heard on my podcast, like, they was like, yeah, like, I can't believe Westside did that. This dude is not that type of rapper, dog. Like, he's not a pop star at all. And it's surprising to think that he made that happen, but he's been big. Their whole team is big on like putting out a lot of music, putting out a lot of merch, and being very good with their marketing. And that it was crazy. I don't know what the fuck strings he pulled, but that's the level of shit you gotta do.
In Times Square too.
Yeah, that's the level of shit you gotta pull to sell music in the streaming era at a rate that can support you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So, who do you usually? Let's go back to your music. Who do you usually make music with?
I make music with Malinji. I haven't.
With who?
Malinji, which is my guy from Ukraine.
Okay.
But out here, I made music with Top. I've made music with you know what Top is?
I don't think so.
He's a local cat, but he's doing his thing. He's really dope. Has like a very like native sound in a way.
Okay.
Yeah. I've made music with YLC Ethan. I've made music with I do a lot. I hang out with Bendy.
Bendy?
Yeah.
I've recently just heard of that name.
Bendy's a really dope staple in the city. He has a really dope company called Stay Scheming.
Okay, yeah. Somebody was talking about somebody who I had on like last night or whatever was talking about he has a studio in the same spot he does.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right, that's what's up.
he just started engineering at a local studio,
Yep.
and that's a guy. He was the first guy I met when I moved out here.
Really?
Yeah, and at one point I lived with them. Me and Todd both lived with them at one point. That's when we did music together, and yeah, he was a big part of my like psychedelic journey and everything. Benny's good people.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good to have solid connections like that, or just good people that just support you, or just help you, get off your feet like that.
Yeah, and
or get on your feet like that. I mean,
and it's bigger than music there. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's that like that homie connection.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like it feels like we've done music together, but we haven't. I haven't done a lot of music with people. I've been doing I've been leaving music. I've been leaving feature space for songs lately. Like I want to work with Past Life Kenny. I have some a feature when I get with something ready for him for OTGJ. I have something ready for Pro World Con. I want to work with Lil Rose. Then when we got into like an alternative bag, like of course Free to Jester, of course.
You want to be doing shit with some some of the local bands you're saying?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what's
I've been practicing guitar and everything.
Really? How long you been doing that?
About a year now.
All right.
Yeah. I have my electric, I have my acoustic, so I'm getting chords together, getting it together in that realm. I definitely can make my own trap beats now, which is cool. I've been practicing that for about a year as well. I'm just gonna keep digging into it and putting a brick on those walls every day.
So do you record your own music, or you record at your own spot?
Yeah. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, my spot setup is pretty crazy because my recording setup became my streaming setup.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's still a recording setup.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
You don't ever go to anyone else's studio, or ever for that different flavor or vibe?
I want to, but it doesn't happen often.
Okay.
And a lot of times, like I say, like I just don't like don't get it wrong, bro. Like I love like going for it. Like I love like trying to promote my music. I love monetizing it. I love all the
knowing
stuff.
that you did that.
Yeah, I love knowing that I went for it. That's why I stream. The original idea with streaming was, oh, maybe if I show them the recording process, they'll listen.
Some of the behind the scenes footage.
Yeah, yeah. But it's not that fun to watch, gang. Like real talk. Like I've had to just learn how to chop that up into the best parts, like just to get that ball rolling. So it's all like it all is an attempt to get people to listen to my music.
Yeah.
But I've learned that since I've been gaming, streaming, and then also IRL streaming, which is in real life streaming, just hanging out with my friends and stuff like that, having people over, that's cultivated so much more of an engaging audience.
Do you be playing your music in the background at all, or?
Yeah, all the time.
All right, hell yeah.
Yeah, I play my music in the background. I play other people's music in the background. I react. I can do whatever the fuck I want on streaming. Like I made sure that I'm pretty fluent with that shit now.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So are you your own producer, or do you ever send your stuff off?
I don't feel like my beats are good enough for me to rap on them yet. I've only been producing seriously for about a year.
So you be buying beats?
Yeah, I buy beats and I work with people.
Oh yeah, you got that
deals.
dude. You got that dude in you train. You said
Yeah. So with him, we work on 50-50 deals on every song that we put out or tape. Other than that, I talk to producers. I buy beats from producers around here. I've actually bought beats from like Bendy and whatnot. I buy beats from like DJ Flip and shit like that too. I've been buying features and stuff lately and just stocking up on things because I want to have a pretty balance of big artists and local artists on this album. And I just been working on this album, man, because
who's some bigger artists you got? Are you willing to, tell us that?
I could say they're both artists you like. Yeah, you mentioned one of them earlier when you were mentioning Burner.
Oh, all right. That's what's up.
Yeah,
I feel it. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a surprise for me. Even damn, hell yeah.
Yeah, Urchin's gonna be crazy, man. I'm doing everything I can. Like I said, I don't expect this project to if I put this project on streaming, it won't do what I want it to do financially. That's why I want to do a direct to consumer. So that's gonna be the research realm I'm gonna be in right now, is researching the best ways to do that. Um, yeah, because I do want to make a livable wage off of music and shows and stuff like that. But I think that this album is gonna be my best try at quality over quantity yet.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So what the hell was I about to just say? Let's see.
Yeah, but I just want people to know, like, you gotta love it.
How'd you get linked up with the dude from Ukraine?
He hit me up on Instagram.
Really? He just saw your content and was just like,
because he's a drummer. Yeah, so he would make hip hop beats on the side, and he just wanted to kind of, toss it around. Yeah, and it was cool. Pause.
Right.
Yeah. So, but don't get it twisted, bro. Like, I still love music. Like, I love music. I just don't. That's just scary, bro. Like, I put a lot of my life into this shit for it to just switch from CDs to streaming, and now it's virtually impossible to live off of.
I mean, I let it, like I was telling you before or whatever. Like, there was a summer, like, I helped put out, like, with my artist YMG, like, shout out YMG, my bro.
I saw you guys
putting
the
work
YMG,
in. Actually,
free YMG. Man, that was my boy from the Geeks and Glory show. You know, like, from that day forward, that was my boy, and I love what you guys were doing, bro. I loved how much you loved it.
The summer before that, dude. Yeah, I helped him put out his Toxic mixtape, and we did that shit off of, like, it was like produced through like Bono G, Jesse B Dog here in the Ashtray, and Northwest KZ, and I don't know if there's anyone else. I think that was it. And like, we got a shitload of fucking blank CDs from Walmart. We got a shitload of the fucking blank cases. I have a homegirl that her dad works at like a printing like company, and so I sent her this one picture, and she got like 2,000 paper copies like printed. I still got a shitload of them at home, and we just cut them out with scissors, slap them in the fucking cases, and put some stickers in there, the Bondmans and shit. And yeah, in the summer, dude, we sold like we printed off like the first 100, and they went away like in like, I swear, in like a weekend. Like, everybody, like, we were driving around all over to all the homies in Spokane. Then we go to a festival, and like with another 150 to 200, we got rid of like 500 in
and
one
see
summer.
That's direct to consumer. Like, that's fire.
Where yeah, I guess you are right, but at the same time, it's like, it's still, I feel like it was like the last like not a last resort, but like the last like efforting like try to see if like CDs still work. And I feel like if they fucked with you, or like there's people we didn't even know that were like, yo, hey, I want one of your CDs. I heard you shout them out. You got one. And so we give them the Toxic mixtape, and they'd hand us 20 fucking bucks. And it's a $5 mixtape. They're like, no, dude, keep it. Like, fucking your 100 artists, you get that, that respect from people that don't even fucking know you, and out of nowhere they'll be like, oh dude, I still got this CD. I've heard people be like, dude, it's stuck to my CD player, I can't get it out, to fucking, yo, dude, I still be bumping that in my cars. And and those are just diehards, people that really fucks with you, where I feel like, in a way, if they do fuck with you, like, have a limited production or limited pressed of CDs, and you can get them sold. It may not be like it may not be like what it used to be, but if they do fuss with you, we saw it worth it.
Yeah,
it paid back. It funded a lot. Yeah, that's just five, and we did the cheapest way fucking possible.
No, but that's what I'm looking for, is that, like. So yeah, and I do want to have some CDs on can, because I do realize there is some market for it. They're not completely gone, especially with like a lot of the cars I see around, like they're little older models and shit. So that makes sense.
Or they could pop it into their fucking, drive their
PlayStation,
PC drive,
whatever.
Their PC. Yeah, I've downloaded so much shit on like the PS4 or the PS3, and have that playing in the background. PC drive is
smart too, because then you can still put it on your phone after that. That makes sense. I never thought about that. Okay, so CDs are still
they're still a thing. It's harder. It's a harder sale, I feel, but until they find that new thing that will work, that is the new thing besides just streaming off of platforms. Like, when it comes to a hungry local artist, I've seen it work, and we made it fucking work.
I fuck with that.
Yeah.
That'll definitely be one of the outlets for it. I've heard that BandLab is a good place that allows if you want to pay more than they can type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's two there. So it'll take a couple of them to really make that profitable, and then some sick marketing. Yeah. But I think that the streaming was a lot of that marketing over the past year. And I think it did what I wanted it to do, just not quite as fast as I wanted it to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that going direct to consumer rather than streaming will make that year way more worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how about outside of music? What do you like to do?
I like to game, man. I like to hang out with girls. I'm not gonna cap. I like to
Don't we all?
I like to do roller coasters. I like to play mini golf and laser tag and shit like that.
You like going out to theme park or fun parks and shit?
Yeah.
Just actually getting out.
Yeah, I like to go to the movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to go to the movie theater a lot still because there's no one there anymore.
So you're pretty outgoing.
Yeah. More than I used to be. I mean, I think I'm a bit of a studio rat with and it sucks because my living room is my studio. So I feel like I'm at home too much, but I have been making myself.
But when you get out, you get out.
Yeah, and I have been making myself get out a lot more the past year.
So you were just talking about also
you needed to write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just got back from a trip.
New York, man. It's where it started.
So what was this whole trip about? You just it was with some family or?
Yeah, the trip was with family, but for me it was to see the East Coast and to see New York. Was
that their plan too, or was it just
they wanted to see the cities we went to?
Okay,
too.
Yeah, because you were in you were in DC, you were in New York, then you were down south. I was like, damn, this motherfucker's hitting up the whole East Coast. It seems like.
Also to get B-roll for videos.
What?
B-roll, shots of spots to cut to in videos.
Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah, you were at I don't know if it was Central Park, but you were in some park in New York, and you were like, yeah, think of just setting the phone down, doing music videos like I used to for a minute, and I was like, oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, man, because it was different scenery, it was different vibes, it was different feel, and with aura and shit, I feel like that can be felt through the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you were talking about it like you felt like you were meant to be there, like you've been missing it your whole fucking life. For being a West Coast kid, that was crazy.
Yeah, man. As much as I've like I said, I didn't want to. I already hung out with guys that were kind of like rappers or whatever, So, hearing them talk that way, I didn't really want to put my headphones in and hear more guys talk that way. So I always listened to East Coast and Southern music.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, it was always native. It was almost native.
I mean, I fucks with it all, from Midwest, to, the East Coast boom bap to your West Coast gangster beats to fucking the down south fucking.
I think West Coast music just had so much emphasis on the gang influence, and I wasn't gang banging.
Yeah,
I was trying to be on some rocker shit and stuff like that, and you see a bit more of that on the fashion end of New York. You see a lot of the graffiti print and stuff like that on the ghetto end of Southern stuff. So that kind of attracted me,
Yeah.
And that might have been a bit of me, just I want to be different as a kid and shit. But I did always love Snoop. I always loved Dre. I think the West Coast is very dance based.
Yeah.
Yeah. The West Coast is very dance and show offy,
Okay.
Very dance based, very swag based.
What about down south?
South is Wayne made the South more lyric based than it used to be. Wayne made the extra out chains and stuff. You still have to have some wordplay to you.
Blaine.
Yeah,
he fucking made that fucking word.
But he made you still have to have some wordplay to you.
Yep.
Yeah, in that
dude's a metaphor, for his metaphors, he's a fucking genius.
And I used to give it all the credit to Wayne, but the other person who deserves some credit for that is Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
What Gucci Mane did as far as consistency in the mixtape game was probably a bit of what inspired me to do so much stuff that as Apparel MP3 so fast. Yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah. But like I said, I grew up on M. Like he was heavy content, heavy lyrics, so I was more drawn to like that realm of music, which you get from the East and the South a little
Yeah.
more. Yeah, the West was a little more swag and tempo and vocal infliction based.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it kind of wasn't my
808s
thing.
bumping.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then like dun, 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 like all that Dre
Yeah.
stuff and all that great instrumentals and stuff like that. But it just wasn't it wasn't hitting me where I needed it to. Yeah, and then it's crazy now because now I don't listen to heavy content music. Like I can almost firmly say that unless it's the most heavy content music I listen to, and I don't care how anyone feels about me saying this, is Taylor Swift. Cause
What?
yeah, yeah,
Dog, I did not expect that.
yeah,
Damn.
because it's like I feel like pop. One, she gets people to them fucking seats,
Well,
and
fuck, she's been doing that since like 16 years old or some shit,
so
when
have
she first
I.
came
But
out.
so have I. So apparently
Yeah.
she did something. Like she did some things right. You gotta respect that.
I feel like she crossed like that pop country.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like I just think that it's high level songwriting. So
Yeah.
there's stuff for me to learn from it. Like a lot, even with like the ghostwriting things. Ghostwriting isn't as big of a thing to me because yeah, we can obsess over, oh, they didn't write this, but whoever did write this is a very highly trained writer that we can still learn from.
Dude, there's something like down in Nashville. Like
Yeah.
you go to a fucking bar and then there's like like half the bar is fucking musicians and half of them is like pretty much ghostwriters, and they will set like even those ghostwriters will perform those songs.
Yeah.
But if
That's how
an
you sell your
artist fucking
songs.
likes it, they fucking will buy it.
That's how you sell your
Yeah, that
songs, man.
happens so much down there.
A lot of I was hoping for people to buy some of the songs I was putting out and stuff too. Like, it's a yeah.
It's a whole nother game.
Yeah, man. Like music is a whole another thing, but you gotta love it. Like the bottom line is, aside from me knowing how fucked up the music game is, I love this shit enough to continue to do it.
Yeah.
Like I think that was like the punchline of what I've been trying to say is like I'm doing this because I love it at this point. I make enough money outside of music to not do music. But this album is me now it's becoming a piece of art instead of an attempt at making money, which is awesome.
Yeah, you're trying to, have some perfection on it and take your time.
Yeah.
Not just rush anything.
There's no urgency to it. Yeah.
So you want to show us one of your newer ones of Ayerion?
Yeah.
Since we saw that, we all heard and saw the Apparel MP3. I mean, I've seen the Apparel MP3 a few times.
Yeah. You've seen me live a few times as Apparel. Apparel was fun, man. Apparel was like a hype man for himself. Yeah.
You're definitely hypey.
Yeah,
you always had like a lot of like stage presence and like just energy on stage and not get gassed too.
Now that
That's something I always saw. I was like, damn, this kid's fucking like he's talkative to the crowd. You have good crowd interaction. Whether the motherfuckers are too busy to respond or whether they fucking are feeling your shit. You're still like giving a fuck about not just the performance but a crowd, controlling the crowd and being like personal with them, but jumping around to like I've seen you run on the fucking stage and then start rapping a fucking like 15-minute set, and I'm just like, damn, this kid like he ain't gassed. You always had hella energy conserved even in the tank.
Yeah, man. Because I was going. I my trick was if you're doing it every day, you don't feel it anymore.
Okay.
It's like a 15-day rule.
It's like smoking weed.
Yeah, facts. No, facts. Like if it's a habit, your body's gonna do it even when you're tired.
Yeah,
because you're in routine already. So like I said, like make a song, shoot a video was my routine. To doing the show, jumping around, and all that was my routine. So I didn't feel it no more for that whole ride until except for when I would crash.
And not that you dance or anything, but your choreography, when it comes to doing your videos, you're on point with your fucking your hand motions or to just like, the
and I've gotten even better with that too.
Excess shit you do.
I feel like at that point I was very on the 4 count and I was very like jumpy. Now I've learned a little bit more of a sway for those who are maybe just trying to rock a little bit, like, and I feel like that can get the crowd on a much more unified bounce, and then maybe we can go from there. Yeah, like that's something I've been kind of trying to break down since then. Yeah, I'm trying to pick a good song. Actually, I'll play something that might be a little off guard for you. This won't be on Urchin per se, or it might.
So it's undecided?
Yeah, because I don't know if it's gonna be on a full-on alternative project, or will I put it on Urchin just to introduce like an alternative thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
This beat you made?
No. But this is a beat I have a good I'm good to like put on Spotify. Why you gotta take it there? Can you tell me, are you scared? I'm just trying to make sure this is okay mix. Ain't no way you could compare. You gon' is it sounded better unmixed. The mix I did for it didn't turn out well, so I just played the unmixed version for people.
All right
now.
Why you gotta take it there? Can you tell me, are you scared? I'm just trying to be prepared. Ain't
no way you could compare. You gon' have me in the chair, leaving bodies everywhere. Keep fucking with you.
Look how far we've grown. Feel like
I don't know you. Alright on my own. But I'd rather go through trying to let go of Karen, one of you from the terrace. How they running from our parents, turn into being parents. I was running from her errands and she told myself never turn to the past you.
I remember ditching period.
Like class who still did it on her period. Like Ragu, she a queen from the pyramid. Egyptian in my bed with the
I can hear the
de-stress.
influences of what we've been talking about in this.
And even with like I say, like the insecurities and stuff and showing them, I tried to get into that bag outside of just like the bling vibe,
Yeah.
Gonna have me in the chair, leaving bodies everywhere. Keep fucking with you.
Look how far we've grown. Feel like I don't know you. Alright on my own. But I'd rather go.
Yeah, and I guess what I was trying to say is like you want people to know that you have like vulnerabilities and stuff like that, because then they can love you beyond them. They can love you beyond the music. Your music doesn't have to be fact, fiction, nothing if I love you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like the streaming. That's why letting people so into my living room with me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like there's friends, like I said, since I've tapped into the local scene, friends will have shows and I'll buy a ticket even if I know I can't make it. Because like, they're my guys, And I feel like that's how people should feel about you. I want to play one more. I actually play East Atlanta Santa, which has been turning out pretty cool. Now, East Atlanta Santa is special because it fucking came out better the first time.
Have you posted anything about that online? East Atlanta Santa. Oh, that sounds so fucking familiar.
Yeah. I've actually posted a snippet of it a couple times. Yeah. I'm trying to re-record and mix a lot of things right now, but...
Was this the other day? Or like, yes, when you post a snippet?
Bandana with the fana, like I'm fucking with the scammers. I ain't never hit the Tana. Grew up on East Atlanta Santa. Only real ones understand them, reminiscing on a bad one.
This is a re-recording.
Since I learned to change the channel. Moms could tell I was a gangster cause I never did tattle. Lot of trauma left me rattled. Lot of drama with these niggas, baby mamas, you can have them. Lot of comments in my future, lot of grind up in right now though. Ain't surprised.
And it still has like an alternative feel to it, I've been trying to like play with a more aggressive delivery.
If I make the song short, then fucking loop it. I'm like Nike, just do it. Bandana with the fana, like I'm fucking with the scammers. I ain't never hit the Tana. Grew up on East Atlanta Santa. Only real ones understand them.
So that's the big thing. Like I guess that's like more of the punchline of what I was saying about like music. Music isn't necessarily gonna pay you, so make people love you enough to go buy a ticket.
Yeah.
And that takes more than music. That takes like visual content. I would say is the
this
best
beat
way.
Is fucking hard, dog.
Yeah.
No, that song I definitely have heard a snippet of, and I was like, ooh, that's new shit.
There's new stuff.
That was dope, bro.
and then we could take it down one, which is like a melodic vibe, because I want to do something based around
more on that lo-fi.
Yeah, like a lo-fi pop thing based in based in Alice in Wonderland.
Will you be singing now?
Okay, I'm
a little.
I've always like when I was in like choir class and shit in high school.
Okay, I'ma fess it up. Got these women dressing up. All the homies selling some. Ain't no way to mess
this
it up.
This is hella different for you.
I hope God protecting us.
It sounds good with the beat.
Yeah, so this is gonna be like
okay, I'ma fess
the full-on alt project type stuff.
All the homies selling some. Ain't no way to mess it up.
But I want to base that around Alice in Wonderland, and I want to get a tattoo about it too. Speaking of that, I have a fucking curse mark tattoo when we were talking.
Ain't no way I'm coming up quick. Look what I come up with. Mario Bros and Star Power in my mushrooms. Shawty think I'm fly, she don't even know I come quick. Roll another 5 up to play the game on dumb shit. Reppin' for my tribal, selling your assumptions, just to show you that they don't really mean nothing. Looked up to my idols, now I'm not to some kids. Ain't no way that you could stop me, don't even discuss it. Yeah, still remember when we had nowhere to go. Still got homies that's gon' get it for the low. I've been cooking independence on the stove, so much that I had to start a label. Okay, I'ma fess it up. Got these women dressing up. All the homies selling some. Ain't no way to mess it up. Ain't from the neck and up. I hope God protecting us.
But yeah, man.
So yeah, man. Is this in East Atlanta Santa going on Urchin?
East Atlanta Santa's going on Urchin. This is going on. This is going on the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have one I'm working on in the background of Urchin, so anything that sounds too melodic for Urchin, because remember, Urchin is rapping in the alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Urchin is very aggressive. Urchin is almost on some Chief Keef shit. Just, it's because now I think people understand that rap is entertainment a little more. Like I said, I was looking into what do people qualify you to rap like all street. Like, you know, what do people used to qualify that? And from what I've looked into, people don't really care that much. So it's kind of like a what if I was a street rapper album in a way, but it still has like a spin on it has like a spin on it that like lets you know that it's like a experimental thing, not like a take me seriously thing, you know. Yeah, so that's where Urchin is. But then the next for
I feel like that song was definitely like an experimental. Like I said, I've never heard you sound like that. That was dope. I could see a sick ass music video coming to that, like with like a lot of like production done or something.
And that's why that one's gonna be like based around Alice in Wonderland, because it's gonna be a bit like deeper.
Okay.
Yeah, more like on a mental health spectrum thing, and that's why it'll be fully alternative, because I won't be going for a street crowd at all with that type of stuff. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
You got a good plan going, it sounds like.
Yeah. It's just, like I said, I like...
Or vision towards it all.
With other things going on, though, between the girls and... Well, luckily, though, I'm in a great relationship now for like the past month or so. So
really?
Yeah, so because I've been through the ringer with girls. I'm not gonna cap.
You're not the only one.
And so like I've been very distracted though, bro. Like I said, like I've cultivated a cool little local attention, and I've just been enjoying it after like, you know, doing this from 16 to fucking 25. Like I'm enjoying the fact that something's working now. But I've also lost a little bit of discipline in that. So, but I feel like...
You're finding yourself still, though.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, taking some time to do that was important. I feel like, you know, taking some time after getting my first car, starting my company and shit like that, if I took a couple months off, I
feel like in the next few years, dude, you're going to have it a lot more, like, definitely a lot more figured out, but, like, you know, know and trust, like, yourself a lot more and trust your gut and...
The best thing I did was...
You're going to find what works and be sticking with it, probably.
The best thing I did was I didn't stop recording. Because the album is like more than halfway done. And I'm just now, like, zeroing in on it.
Yeah.
So I just have to, like, smooth out some things, record, like, maybe 2 or 3 more songs. Because I don't want it to be too long. And then I'm going to be working on, like I said, release plans.
All right. Yeah. Well, hey, let's wrap this up with a few more questions.
Okay, yeah.
Real quick, what is the best advice you've been given thus far in your music career?
I used to know this too. Really the best advice I've been given so far in my music career is handle the business side first. Yeah.
I've never heard anybody like come off or say that. Normally it's like, about nobody really mentions it, at least, when it comes to especially that question. Normally someone will be like, be confident in yourself or just keep at it or something like that. And
yeah, no, it's
definitely, definitely business first,
Yeah, and then on a less practical level than if we go on like inspirational.
Yeah.
From Mozzie actually, was he said, set your goal and then work backwards.
The fuck?
Like, you can have a really big goal and then figure out what steps it takes to get there, and then figure out what steps it takes to get to those steps, and that's how you'll like be able to plan it out.
Okay. Yeah. All right. What's some advice you give to an up and coming artist or somebody that's wanting to seize your music and wants to fucking start rapping or do an alternative or whatever?
Do something outside of music first.
Yeah.
Yeah, get yourself known with these other forms of content. Like, you can literally just use the best TikTok sounds that are out for a while. Work on your look, get the TikTok following, and then start getting into music. And also make a lot of music before you put out any.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to spend money. Don't be afraid to spend fucking money.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, don't be afraid to spend money. Don't be afraid to watch tutorials.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. When's Urchin coming out?
Urchin.
When you want to release that?
I want to release Urchin by Christmas time, but it'll probably be like February. Valentine's. Okay. Yeah.
Still got a little bit more to add to it.
Yeah, and I feel like getting everything bought, done, packaged, it'll take about till February, but at least it'll be warm again.
All right.
Yeah.
In February, dude, it was still snowing last year.
Well, that's true. But I think it'll be. It might be a little before January, February though.
At least from what I remember, shit, it was still snowing in fucking March. I went to jail and there's a little bit of snow on the ground. Come out and it's fucking summer.
What I can say is there'll be singles from Urchin, and there'll be a single from Urchin in December.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I bet everybody does.
I appreciate that, man. That'll be tough. Yeah, look out for that, man.
What other projects you out working on?
We're all mad here, which is the Alice in Wonderland base.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another single, or is that gonna be an album?
No, we're all mad here is gonna be an album.
All right.
Yeah, that's in the cut. That's my thing I've been practicing is you set up 3 albums, and as you make music, you categorize your music into them.
Okay. All right. Let's see. You got any shout outs you want to give?
Man, shout out OTGJ, shout out Lil Rose, shout out Pro World Con, shout out my baby girl Ronnie at home, shout out to my dad, shout out to Kid Curry.
Thank you, bro.
Free YMG, shout out my little brother Bryce. And yeah. Shout out J Cope for the logos and all your help with the merch, man.
Hell yeah.
And
And Stay Cloudy, that's your streaming, right?
Stay Cloudy is the streaming show. It's also the clothing brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, shit. Yeah, you got more endeavors than I thought of, or than I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a clothing brand, too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what's up. All right. Well, real quick also, as we end this, what's your social media so everyone can find you?
That's Ayerion at Stay Cloudy. Ayerion SC. That's the SC stands for Stay Cloudy, but it's Ayerion SC.
All right.
Yeah.
And then find you on Spotify's Ayerion and YouTube.
Yeah. You can find me on Spotify. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on YouTube as Ayerion SC. And then also you can find the live show as Stay Cloudy on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time, dude. I appreciate you coming on. You got one hell of a vision. You got a lot of knowledge behind the shit, from, trial and error through the years. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, dude.
Shades on podcast. Shout out
dude.
to my boy
Thank
Curry.
you so much. And thank you, everybody. Until next time, shades are off.